This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Friday, August the 7th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with sad news that the voice of Vincent Lane, who has made a significant contribution to farming in Barbados and one of the most prominent social commentators, has gone silent. The body of the 66-year-old St. Philip's farmer was found in his motor car around 10 a.m. yesterday, parked in a cart road at Bushy Park in the same parish. Police are treating the death as unnatural, but reported that no marks of violence were observed on Lane's body. He was last seen leaving his Farm Road home between 8:30 a.m. Wednesday. Sadness and shock were apparent at the home among grieving family and friends, especially Lane's wife Sandra, who had to be consoled by a circle of loved ones. Please see all the details in our e-paper. In other news now, with Barbados recording a 0.3% increase in unemployment during the first quarter of this year, dozens of new jobs are now being offered for persons to work on phase one of the proposed $550 million multi-purpose sugar factory at Andrews in St. Joseph. That phase, according to Chairman of Inter Sugar Partnership, Anthony Da Silva, involves the demolition and dismantling of the former Andrews Sugar Factory to make way for the start of construction of the new facility in April next year. Da Silva told Barbados Today during a tour of the old factory yesterday afternoon that there was a total on-site staff of about 20, but those doing the actual dismantling comprise 4 crews of 2 each, who are former employees of the Barbados Agricultural Management Company, BAMC. He said the contractor was now looking for at least 12 crews, preferably ex-sugar factory workers.
We know there are more of them out there. If they can get into contact with us, we certainly would like to hear from them. So see whether there are opportunities like we have here with these guys for employment, not only in the initial phase of this, but potentially what will happen with the main factory, because our estimates are, and the government's estimates are, that this factory at full construction peak activity could employ upwards of 800 employees. And during construction could have a permanent base of staff of about 300.
In sports now, England hero Stuart Broad described the domination of Australia at Trent Bridge as the best day of his career, but said the Ashes are not over. Broad took a career best of 8-15 as England, 2-1 leaders in the series, bowled out Australia for 60. Yes, that's 60. They then reached 274 for 4, with Joe Root scoring 124 by the close of a stunning opening day of the 4th Test.
Brave enough to put, 6 catches in at one stage. We took some amazing catches. I mean, Stokes is one of the best ones I've been on the field for. And we just asked questions on a wicket that was offering a little bit of bounce. And I don't think we gave the Australians too many opportunities to leave a ball, which, as a lot of people know, play a lot of cricket, you get the pace of the pitch by leaving balls early, but we fired in at that off stump and made Australia play. So it was probably the all-round perfect bowling and fielding performance, and then backed up with some outstanding batting. I mean, Rooty's on fire. He's must be one of the best batsmen in the world, and Cookie set the tone early with his determination and discipline. It's not really sunk in. I keep seeing the scoreboard pop up in the TV or look at the scoreboard on the ground. It doesn't look real to me at the moment. It's a bit of a freak day, I suppose.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart understand, yeah. My Barbados, my banks. Ain't nothing like a cool bank spare. None of them others just can't compare. You just got to love that taste. It's the world-class thing this land makes. Whether I'm cruising or at a bar, whether I'm at home, my bank spare is never far. For this blessing, got to give God thanks. My Barbados, my banks.
In regional news now, we are hearing that police in St. Lucia are not enforcing the country's anti-gang law, which was passed by Parliament last year to combat an upsurge in gang-related crime. But Minister of National Security Philip Lacorbiniere says he is addressing the challenges associated with implementing the legislation.
In 2014, the House of Assembly tabled and passed the Anti-Gang Act. Its main objective is to combat an upsurge in gang-related crime in St. Lucia. The act criminalizes gang-related activity, including gang membership, facilitating gang-related criminal activities, advising gangs, and recruiting for gangs. If caught, perpetrators can face stiff penalties, including 10-year prison terms and or fines up to $100,000. But why aren't members of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force actively enforcing this new law?
Part of the issue, and I have had some conversations with the hierarchy of the police force on this issue, part of the discussion is that they feel that they need some kind of additional training or exposure to help them deal with this issue, and we are looking at that.
Minister for National Security Philip Lacorbiniere says any legislation that relates to criminality has to be implemented in a fair and just manner. Therefore, his department has taken heed to calls from the police for more information and training on the application of the anti-gang legislation.
My duty is to try to support them in a state of readiness.
In more regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Bisesar says despite the difficulties of managing a country with an energy-based economy, she is not backing down from the challenges in the face of falling oil prices. She was responding to an official at an emancipation celebration luncheon who said he didn't want to win an election because of the current economic challenges facing the country, particularly declining oil prices.
We have managed in the face of the falling oil and gas prices, and I give you the assurance, I have a plan to ensure that when we win the next election, we will continue with that plan. So, I'm sorry you don't wish to win the election, but I want to tell you, yes, I want to win that election because I want to continue to deliver, continue to make sure that every person in Trinidad and Tobago have equal opportunities to all the resources of this land. So that
on the international scene, a French woman who was taken hostage in Yemen in February has been freed. Isabelle Prime was freed last night and would imminently be returning to France. No details of her release were provided. The 30-year-old was working as a consultant on a World Bank-funded project when she was abducted on February 24th while traveling to the capital, Sanaa. Her translator, who was seized at the same time, was released in March. In recent years, tribesmen in Yemen have kidnapped foreigners as a means of putting pressure on the government to provide them with better services or to release jailed relatives. And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.